Now into that breaking news back home involving former FBI Director James Comey, who was fired by the president. In his new book about to be published, he reveals what he says played out with President Trump before he was fired, their conversations, that private dinner, and the president's demand for loyalty. Comey now comparing the president to a mafia boss. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
In his upcoming new book, former FBI Director James Comey likens President Trump to a mafia boss, describing a presidential demand at a hastily arranged White House dinner.
He called me at my desk at lunchtime and asked me, was I free for dinner that night? And then he said, how about 6:30? And I said, whatever works for you, sir.
Comey claims at that dinner, President Trump told him, I need loyalty. I expect loyalty. In his book, Comey writes he thought to himself, the demand was like Sammy the Bull's Cosa Nostra induction ceremony. That dinner was just 1 week after the inauguration. A few months later, Comey was gone, fired by the president. In his book, Comey describes an emotional call he received shortly after from John Kelly, then Homeland Security Secretary, now White House Chief of Staff. Comey says Kelly told him he intended to quit in protest because he didn't want to work for dishonorable people who would treat someone like Comey in such a manner. Comey writes, I urged Kelly not to do that, arguing that the country needed principled people around this president, especially this president.
And Pierre Thomas with us tonight from Washington. And Pierre, James Comey also writes about Hillary Clinton and his decision to reopen that investigation into her emails less than 2 weeks before the election, a move that many of her supporters believe cost her the election.
That's right, David. Comey expresses some regrets about Clinton, writing, quote, I've read she has felt anger toward me personally, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry I couldn't do a better job explaining to her and her supporters why I made the decisions I made, end quote. And David, for Comey, it's personal. He writes, this president is unethical and untethered to truth and institutional values. David?
Pierre Thomas with us as well tonight. Pierre, thank you. And of course, we should point out that James Comey will reveal his own story in an ABC News exclusive interview with George Stephanopoulos. George, one-on-one with Comey this Sunday night, 10 p.m., 9 Central, right here.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.